Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. Finally, we're getting to the Knicks-Celtics series. It's been pretty interesting so far, and if you're a Knicks fan, you might not be so happy after watching this breakdown because we're going to bring up the same issues we had in the beginning of the year with their defensive foundation and fundamentals. There are some severe problems there, and they were only merely hiding those issues by making a lot of three-pointers. However, if you don't make a lot of those three-pointers, those issues rear their ugly head. Looking at the Celtics defense, it was clear why Boston won in New York in the first round. They are ranked number 1 in defending the jump shot and number 2 at defending the three. To top it off, they're also ranked number 2 in defending the isolation, making this a perfect storm. Let's start by looking at the Knicks' three-point shooting as it relates to their wins and losses. In the regular season, the Knicks made 2.7 more threes per game in their wins and shot almost 7 percentage points better compared to their losses. In relation to other high-volume three-point shooting teams, only Miami is even close to the difference in three-point makes and shooting percentage. In the playoffs, the Knicks have taken this discrepancy to a whole new level with a makes difference of 3 and a percentage difference of almost 15 points. This is the very definition of living and dying by the three. The Knicks like to run lots of pick and rolls that get the weak side defense rotating off their shooters. A quick cross-court skip pass usually results in an open shot. However, the Knicks aren't shy and will take the shot even when contested. They even run the old Mavericks double ball screen with Prigioni playing the Dirk role and Tyson Chandler playing himself. The pause almost always results in a miss. Horns usually guarantees you a good shot, and after making an elbow-to-elbow pass, Chandler is supposed to screen JR. However, JR is flustered by Paul Pierce's defense and jacks up a lousy 3. The Knicks are at their shot selection best when Felton penetrates into the lane and kicks out to shooters. Making the extra pass against the Celtics, though, means being more contested than usual. Again, another pick and roll sucks Terrence Williams down to help on the roll man, but the Celtics' strength is how well they close out on shooters. Melo has also returned to his ball stopper ways. This possession started out promising with a pick and roll and kick to Kidd, who quickly reverses to Melo on the wing. Watch Felton once he sees Melo isolate. The Celtics rotate perfectly to stop him, and for some reason, Felton doesn't take advantage of his man helping one pass away. He should have been at the three-point line instead of launching a 30-footer. The Celtics got Melo frustrated with their pressure, and it looks clear he was going up with this three no matter what, even if there wasn't one Knick in position to rebound. The Knicks struggled from the floor all night, Melo leading the way. So it was curious why he would back up to the three-point line for the shot when he had a Celtic defender on the ground and could have gotten a much closer and better shot. The other way the Knicks like to get threes is by posting up Melo and setting pin downs on the perimeter. This is a great way to get open looks, but J.R. Smith was playing like he was at a funeral. Being a good playoff team means having the discipline to take good shots down the stretch of a game in which you're losing. While Felton is a little bit above average as a three-point shooter, he should know that his penetration is what makes the Knicks go. And Melo does the right thing by finding Shumpert, a very good three-point shooter, on the skip pass, but this one suffered from sphincteritis. With plenty of time left, there's no need to be tossing up quick-release contested threes. However, as the lead ballooned to 12, the Knicks abandoned their offense completely, and this started working for them strangely enough. Unable to get stops, Melo figures he'll trade twos for threes, but the Celtics and Brandon Bass never let him get open looks and he could not get a rhythm going. J.R. Smith gave them one last hope, and he's a much better shooter when he doesn't dribble the ball before shooting it. Unfortunately for the Knicks, that doesn't happen often enough. Needing a three, it was strange Woodson didn't have Novak in the game, but they run the elevator play for Felton, who clanks the shot. In the beginning of the year, a lot of Knicks fans came after me because I correctly predicted they would not remain in the top 10 on defense because of their issues, helping one pass away, poor rotations, Carmelo Anthony. And so I was correct in my prediction. They ended up finishing 21st which is in the bottom third of the league in defense. And if they're not going to hit those three-point shots with regularity, it's going to be a struggle, and maybe not even in this first round. They might get out of the first round, but I can tell you right now, they're going. In the third quarter, the Knicks decided to full court press, but you're asking for trouble if you want Melo to be pressuring in the backcourt. He gets beaten right away, and J.R. Smith has no court awareness of who needs to be picked up. He doesn't find Terry, and the Jet gets the easiest look he's had all season. The Celtics' motion is forcing all sorts of mismatches from the Knicks. Because Chandler has to watch the Jason Terry cut, he's not in position to hedge. Shump foolishly goes underneath the screen, forcing the switch. Melo is one pass away, yet slides down low as if to help Shumpert on Bass. He does an awful closeout, and because Chandler and Shump had a switch earlier, Chandler is above the free throw line, and Shumpert doesn't even know to rotate and help. The Knicks don't play ice on pick and rolls, meaning Felton doesn't force Terry away from the screen. Because he goes underneath, Shump has to switch with him, creating a mismatch with him and Pierce. Pierce goes to his bread and butter post-up at the foul line, and while Felton is complaining of a push-off that never gets called, Pierce is sticking a 3 in his eye. Here's an example of something that happens often. On the Pierce penetration, 3 guys rotate onto him. Even though the Celtics missed this shot, they give up way too many open jumpers from this. JR should have rotated over and Melo should have stayed home. Felton would then have closed out on whoever received the kickout. The Knicks are also notorious for lacking defensive discipline and helping one pass away. This almost always gives up an open 3, and the Celtics made them pay from there big time. This time Prigioni helps one pass away, and that opens a big gap for Terrence Williams to drive through. J.R. Smith helps one pass away, and that gives up the rare Avery Bradley jumper. Jason Kidd gets caught in the act by helping on this drive when Campy was properly coming over to help. Nice move by Terry to knock down the 3. The Knicks tried doubling Pierce to get it out of his hands, and at first glance, they rotated almost perfectly on this possession to get the stop. However, looking more closely at it, you'll see after the initial rotation to Williams, Felton doesn't realize Bass is his priority, but the Celtics simply missed that cut. More trapping in the corner, which is good, but you're asking Melo to rotate properly on the weak side. In this case, he just stands there and watches Jeff Green get right to the hoop for a huge slam. On this out-of-bounds play, Melo inexplicably tells Felton to pick up his man even though there's plenty of time and space for Melo to get out on Bass. Now Melo is guarding Terry in the pick and roll. Chandler expects Melo to get around the screen, but Terry gets the best look at a 20-footer he's had all season. So there you have it, sports fans. There really is no hope for the Knicks defense because at this point of the year, you're not going to really significantly improve those things that they have issues with. So they're going to have to live and die by the 3 like we showed, and because they're going up against a team that really defends the three-point shot and jump shots in general really well, they are going to struggle. And they're going to struggle in Game 6. They might pull it out, they might not, but it's going to be a struggle no matter what, and if they go against Indiana or Miami, it's going to be a bloodbath. So we'll see what happens, but that's my prediction. I'm on record. Sorry, Knicks fans. And thanks for joining us. Don't miss lots more coming up. Another post-game show next Sunday or coming up Sunday. Don't miss that. We had a great one last night. And don't miss all of our other coverage of the playoffs because it's great stuff coming out here that no one else is pointing out. Because at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel. We're a conversation. You in?